I'm back to make another video again. Um, it's dark now. I made the last two videos when it was daytime, even though the one was black because I don't know, there was some darkness in my room and positioned in a certain way where you couldn't see any light coming in. So that's why it looked completely black, even though it was daytime. And then the other, oh wait, no, the other one, well, it wasn't daytime, but it was morning time, and the sun was getting ready to come up, but I had the light on in my room, and it was still, it was still dark outside, but the sun was getting ready to come up because it was really late at night, or really late and early in the morning, night and morning, all at the same time. But yeah, anyways, that's aside from the point. What I really came back for to make another video is now that I'm back, I just wanted to make one to talk about to finish up that one video that was the hour one saying my greatest philosophical thing, and I just wanted to finish that up because when I was trying to close it out, I couldn't do it, or I mean I did, but I couldn't close it out the way I wanted to because I couldn't get the thought and keep it stick in my mind when I was trying to say it before I turned the video off. Plus there was a sound effect that was made in my surrounding that threw me off too, so that's what killed it for me. It like completely, just stole this thought from me that I had in my brain. Anyhow, so what I wanted to say and close it off with, it was connected to all that stuff that I was talking about with God, and then asking all these questions and keeping your faith, and the test of faith and stuff, and sticking with all that and everything, is that is something in the Bible. And I think I was saying that, I think that my life and what everything is a testament, and that there's something in the Bible that already says that whole thing that I was talking about with that stuff. And there is. I remembered it now because I've already learned about it and dug pretty deep into that part of it. And I won't talk too much about it, but I've already dug pretty deep into that through my own studies. Is that that story that I was talking about is the story of Job. Job was a person who was blessed and had all these, a happy, loving, just a great flourishing life because of God. Now, here's where the story goes, and gets like really interesting and goes with like hand in hand with what I was talking about, is that Satan came to him and said to God, he was like, well, because God was saying, oh, look at Job and how much he, loves and all this stuff, how much he loves me and praises me and all that stuff and everything. And then Satan came to God and said, well, yeah, but that's only because of all that stuff he has and stuff. And he was like, it's because you blessed him with like, so much junk, and just like he has everything. And it's like, I bet if I took that away, or if just all that was taken away from him, if he didn't have all that, then he would curse your name and he wouldn't care no more, and he wouldn't praise you anymore. So God back, he left, he left it out. Like Satan came and intervened, and he left, like God didn't intervene. Like, he let it go pretty much. There might be one little tiny sprinkle that I'm missing in that story right now, because my memory doesn't stay that much intact where I can remember every little aspect of every little tiny ingredient to the whole soup, so to speak. But anyways, it's that basically God just didn't, like, he just left it and just didn't intervene, and Satan came and got involved and intervened and invaded all that and stuff. He came in and tried to mess with stuff, and he did. And when he did, Job lost everything. When he lost everything, he never for 1 second, his faith never wavered, which is what my friend also that I was just talking to a minute ago was teaching me and got off the phone about. And she was just saying some things about stuff like that, that to never let your faith waver and stuff. So it's like he lost everything, but his faith never wavered from God. Like he still always stuck with God and constantly, stayed true to that, and like was like a chain, connected and latched and was locked into his faith with God. It didn't break at all, or even for any second, with any of that stuff, Now, even though he did that, and still kept his stick, stick like glue to God, and always believed in everything and kept praising him and believing, he did, though, like, he didn't understand or get a sense of what was going on. So if you get really deep into all this stuff with our world and just God and Satan and just and the relation and just like everything that's happening with all this, in a big scheme of just our world, and and I'm just gonna say with just our world, Earth, it's just that when you think of it like that, it's just like that's the situation with all of us in the test of faith with all of us individually, but just on a global scale that it connects in a web intricately from person to person to place to just in every aspect of all these different things that you can think of. It's just a test of faith to waver us and see, that, will we stick with him and stay with him, and, like it will never, be broken, and we'll always believe and, keep strength and strong with that, or can it be broken and be shook and lose that, and the devil can get control and gain us and get what he wants out of us and really take us and pull us away, and just like really it's like gotcha bitch. That's basically what it all is and what it boils down to and what it's all about, with Job and all that stuff, and just like here what's happening now in our world today's time with Earth and stuff. That's all it is. That's pretty much it. It's just the test of faith and just to see, what will you do, and will you stick true, or could you lose it and then be stolen and be taken away and get owned, and just like I got your ass. That's all it is. So that's what I was trying to say to close it out with, and it was just hard for me to get all that and say it, but that's all it is. And yes, like I said, I told you, like I wasn't crazy or just didn't know what I was talking about, or if it seemed like I was like he's missing, or he don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I may be missing because there's no way I can put everything into perspective in a certain short amount, a timed or what is it called, a deadline video. Like I can never do that. So you just gotta listen to what I say, go do your research, and then just take some bits of what sounds like, it's like, dang, that is some heavy shit, and just go with it, and just like, start your test of, just, trying to put things to the test. And even though you're not supposed to, thou shalt not tempt the Lord and all that stuff, you're not supposed to do that, but just put your things to the test and work through your stuff. And, when I say put your things to the test, it's just start making your own journey and just starting to get ready to do things after you hear what I say, and just go on your journey now and use that as a tool to help you, and yada yada. I could go on and try to get deeper and break things apart and stuff, but it's just I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to put that much energy into stuff. I'm one human being, one individual, and that is the part where it's like you ain't got time for that. I got a life too. It's like you don't have time for that. So it's like I'm not going to pour that much energy into something. Like that's what we're all here for individually, to do ourselves. Like we got to put energy, once we get something out of something, now take that energy and shape it or internalize it, and some other word I'm looking for, but I don't care. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to think too hard about it. I wish I could get that word, but I can't. So but anyways, internalize it and just energize ourselves to now we can do the next best thing that this person that helped me out and said and did whatever, blah blah blah, all this stuff that energized me to go to do the right thing, or both right thing and go do something cool and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's just what I'm saying, and I'm trying to do that without keep on going on, even though it's only been 9 minutes, so I can spare 9 minutes. My friend said to call them, or call them, talk to them, hit them back, no later than, well, they didn't say that. We agreed upon this. I really said it, and we agreed upon it, is that we wouldn't take no longer than 23 minutes, and that was it. After 23 minutes, then it's like, it was kind of taking a little bit too long, it's just like, and I say it was like, if it takes longer than that, then something might be up, and it's just like it's taking too long, so somebody needs to hit somebody back once it passes that mark. But yeah, really I got 20 minutes, but like sometimes you need that 3 extra minutes or 5 extra minutes, or depending on the person and the situation and what you're talking about, or you might need 10 extra minutes. But other than that, on top of the time you already got, but other than that, I don't know, Other than that, that's just how it is to me. Like if it goes past 10 extra minutes, then it's like, you know, but I can't have every little thing figured out for somebody. So, maybe you do need, extra, or I would say if it's past 10 minutes, then you need to just stop what you're doing for a second, hit that person back and be like, hey, I know what we said, but I'm going to need another, 10, and then I'll be ready and stuff, or something like that. Just at least to let them know so they're not sitting around waiting. You got to communicate and do something so that person understands and stuff. Don't just do that to them. That's not right, nor is it fair, appropriate, mature, responsible, all that stuff. It's not none of that stuff when you do stuff like that. So, yeah. So, see, I'm helping more than what I should. Or what I want to. I wouldn't say, or both. So, yeah. But anyways, that's what it's all about. Yeah, pretty much. In a general sense. I'm done. I don't want to say any more. At the same time I do, but I'm done. I'm closing this out. Goodbye. Peace.